A poor man had many children and a single rooster, while his wealthy neighbor owned plenty of money and a whole flock of hens. One day, the poor man's rooster hopped into the rich man's yard to play with the hens. The rich man was furious. He warned the poor man to get rid of that bird or else next time, he'd slaughter it himself. The poor man was heartbroken. Of course, he wanted to butcher the rooster and give his kids some real meat for once, but he also feared that after tasting chicken, they would never again be satisfied with their usual bland potato soup. So he came up with an idea. He would present the rooster to the Duke, hoping for a reward. At first, the Duke refused. Seeing how thin and frail the poor man looked, he felt the man needed the chicken more than he did. But after the poor man explained his worries, the Duke agreed to accept the rooster on one condition: the poor man would join them at lunch and help divide the roasted bird. At mealtime, the Duke and his family of 6 sat at the table. The poor man carefully carved the chicken. He gave the head and neck to the Duke and his wife, saying they were the head of the household. He gave the wings to the 2 daughters, wishing they would fly quickly to find good husbands. He gave the legs to the 2 sons, so they might walk far and build their own futures. And finally, he kept the rest of the meat for himself, claiming it was the least important part. The Duke was delighted by his clever words and rewarded the poor man with fertile land, horses, and other riches, so he and his children could live a better life. When the wealthy neighbor saw the poor man returning with all these rewards, envy consumed him. If one rooster could earn so much, then surely 5 hens would bring him even greater riches. So he carried 5 hens to the Duke's castle. But the Duke, sensing his greed, told him he could stay for lunch as well, but he would have to divide the chickens. If he did it well, he'd be rewarded. If not, he'd be punished. When the roasted hens were served, the rich man froze. No matter how he sliced them, he couldn't divide them evenly among 6 people. So the Duke summoned the poor man again. The poor man quickly devised a plan. He said, "I am a firm believer in the Holy Trinity. So, 1 chicken goes to the Duke and his lady, 1 to the 2 daughters, 1 to the 2 sons, and the last 2 naturally belong to me. That way, everyone is balanced perfectly, like a triangle." The Duke's family was pleased once again, and the poor man received even more rewards. As for the rich man, the Duke ordered him flogged with 50 lashes and sent out of the castle in disgrace.